What's up guys, I'm Brent from PrecisionLED.com, and here we have a 2017 Hyundai Elantra we'll be performing an LED interior light install on. Now this Elantra is the 6th generation, so this installation is compatible with all years 2015 plus, and that includes the SE, the Limited, and the Elantra Sport. Today we'll be installing on the map, the dome, the trunk, the license plate, and the reverse lights. So today we'll be installing a PrecisionLED 5730 style premium LED kit, which include these 3 interior trim tools you see us using throughout the video. We have our fork-shaped wedge tool, our pointed wedge tool, and our serrated knife tool. So first we'll be installing on the front map light. Now as you can see, I've already gone ahead and done the install on the passenger side, so we'll show you how to install on the driver's side. Now there are just 2 clips that are holding this lens into place, both on the passenger side of the lens. And so we're going to be using our serrated knife tool, the flat end, and we'll be prying from underneath the lens, the portion that is closer to the front windshield. So we're going to be inserting the flat portion of the tool perpendicular and then prying outward. And once we have separation, we'll just come around the top portion of the lens and do the same thing. And there we are. And now that we have access to the halogen bulb, we're just going to remove with our bare hands, but you just want to be careful because it may be a little bit warm. And so here we have our premium 5730 style LED. Now these bulbs, they're non-polarity specific, so you can install in any orientation. So we'll just pop this in. Now before reassembling everything, let's just test the bulb to make sure everything's working. Everything looks good. And so now let's just reassemble the lens. Now first, you're just gonna wanna line up the 2 tabs on the outside, closer to the driver's side of the vehicle. And then once you have those lined up, just wanna press down on the remaining 2 tabs towards the inside of the vehicle. So now we'll be working on the rear dome. We'll be using our serrated knife tool, again, the flat portion, in order to access the bulb. Now, there are just 4 clips that are holding this lens into place. There are 2 on each side. So we're just gonna be using the flat portion, and we're gonna be coming in perpendicular. And once we're inside of there, you just wanna pry outward. There we are. And once you have separation, you just wanna come around and you work those clips loose. There we go. And now we'll be using our pointed wedge tool in order to get the bulb out. You just want to come underneath and pry outward. And now we'll just take our premium 5730 style LED. We'll just pop that in there. And you just want to be sure that the LED boards are facing downward. And let's just test the bulb. Everything looks good. And now let's just reassemble the casing. Now you just want to start by inserting the 2 rear tabs and just applying a little bit of pressure on the front until it snaps into place. So now we'll be installing on the trunk light. Now there's just 1 tab that's holding this lens into place, which is right here. So we're just going to be taking our pointed wedge tool. We're going to be prying down on that tab with 1 hand, and then with our other hand, we're going to be taking the flat portion of our serrated knife tool, and we're just going to be prying right underneath the lens in order to loosen it up. And once the lens is loose, you could just take your bare hand and then pull the casing out. And once you have the lens loose, you're going to want to remove this power connector right here. And in order to do so, you're just going to want to be prying down on this tab right here and then pulling away. So now we'll be disassembling the trunk lens casing here. Now there are just 2 tabs that hold this casing into place, this top portion of the casing rather. There's one right here and there's one right here. So we're just going to be using our fork-shaped wedge tool, and we're going to be prying in between those tabs until this black portion of the lens, until that comes loose. There we are. Now we'll just switch over to the opposite side tab right here. And once you feel the black portion of the lens come loose, we're just going to be coming from underneath this, the black portion of the casing, and we'll be prying outwards. Here we are. And now that we have access to the halogen bulb, you could just remove it with your bare hands. An easier way to remove the bulb is you can just pry down on this outside tab here, and the bulb should just come right out. There we are. And so here we have the LED, so we'll just pop that in. Now again, in order to gain a little bit of space, in order to fit the LED a little bit more snug in the connections, is you can just pry outward on this connection right here. And then we'll just place the LED right inside there. And then you can just press down until it locks into place. And you just want to make sure that the LED boards, that they're just facing downward towards the lens. And next we'll just reassemble this black portion of the casing. So we'll just slide that over the lens just exactly how we removed it. And just press down until you hear it snap into place. There we are. And so we'll just take the casing, we'll reconnect the power connector here, and just reinstall the lens. And so now we'll be installing on the license plate light. Now again, as you can see, we've already gone ahead and installed on the passenger side, so we'll show you how to install on the driver's side. Now there's only one tab that's holding this lens into place, which is right here on the outer portion of the vehicle. So we'll be using our fork-shaped wedge tool in order to get access. Now you just want to pry underneath the lens vertically in the center portion of the lens casing, as to pry the tab downward and then just pry outward, and you should feel the lens come loose. There we are, and next we'll be disassembling this power connector here. Now, in order to remove the connector, you're just going to be wanting to pry it down right here on this tab. And then just pull away. And so here we'll just be disassembling the license plate casing. Now there are just 4 tabs that are holding this top portion of the lens into place. There are 2 on each side. So we're just going to take our pointed wedge tool and we're just going to be prying in between one of those tabs until it loosens up, just like so. We're just going to wedge our tool in between the top and the bottom portion. We're just going to work our way down until the other clips come loose. And so now that we have access to the halogen bulb, you can try to remove it just with your bare hand, but it typically is pretty difficult. Now, a small trick in order to remove the bulb a little bit easier is you can take a piece of tape and you can just shape it into a U shape, and you can just wrap it around the bulb like so. And then just with the remainder of the tape right here, you just yank the bulb out. There we are. And so now we'll take our LED and we'll pop that in. And now we'll just take the casing and then we'll pop that back on. Now you can start just by lining up 2 of the tabs, and the remaining 2 tabs, just apply a little bit of pressure until it snaps into place. And so now we'll just reconnect this power connector here. And the LED is working just fine, so we'll just pop the lens back in. Now you just want to start with the opposite side of where the tab is, and then you just want to snap the tab into place. And now we'll be installing on the reverse lights. So in order to gain access to the reverse light bulb, we're going to have to remove some of this inner paneling that's on the back side of the trunk. In order to do so, we're just going to want to remove a couple of these tabs here. Now there are many tabs that hold the paneling into place, but we're just going to be removing 2 of these tabs, and we'll be doing so just with our fork-shaped wedge tool. And now in order to remove these clips, you're just going to want to loosen up the inner portion here, and you can do so just by prying inside of one of these grooves, like so. And once that has loosened up, you're just going to want to pry from the bottom portion here. and then you're going to want to gently pull this lining downward, and we're going to be removing these 3 bolts in order to loosen up the entire reverse light casing, which is right here. And so we can remove these bolts just with a 10mm socket and socket wrench. And now before removing the housing, we're just going to want to remove this power connector here, and you can do so just by prying down on this tab and pulling away. Now in order to remove the housing, you're just going to want to grip the outside of the housing with one hand, and then with your other hand you're just going to want to press outwards on these pegs right here, and the housing should come loose. And so here we have the rear of the reverse housing, and the connector that we're going to be unplugging would be this white one right here at the bottom of the housing. Now you just want to reach in and twist these tabs here counterclockwise in order to remove, and then just pull out gently. And here we have the halogen bulb. Now we'll just remove it with our bare hands, and so we'll just take the LED and then we'll pop that in. And then we could just connect the connector. Now you just want to be sure to line up the 3 tabs. And once they are lined up, you can just twist clockwise to lock the connector into place. Now that we have the LED installed, we're just going to want to reassemble the reverse housing. Now, in order to do so, you're first just going to want to install the housing and line up these pegs accordingly. So now that the housing is in place, we're then going to want to reconnect this power connector here. And before reassembling the rest of the housing, we're just going to test the bulb to make sure everything's working. And we'll just reassemble these clips to keep the lining in place. Now, in order to reinstall these clips, you're going to want to insert with a little bit of separation from the inner and the outer portions. And once the tab is in place, you're just going to want to press down on this inner portion in order to lock it into place.
And that's the end of the installation. If you have any questions or concerns, please email us at help@precisionled.com, or you can reach us online and submit a support ticket at www.precisionled.com/contact. Now, like we said before, please like or subscribe if you enjoyed the video or enjoyed the process for what we do. It really does help us out when we make the next one, knowing that there's people out there watching the videos. Have a good one.